To the zoo. Now leave him at the gorilla cage.
He doesn't have enough hair. We'll leave his father.
And leave him at the chimp cage.
No, we'll leave you at the...
I think we'll just leave her mother at the snack bar.
You're not endearing yourself to me today, dear.
Go ahead and slap him.
Hi. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Mr. Popeye. Hi. DJ.
He's just waking up from his nap.
DJ. I'm going to eat your toes. No? No.
No, you are.
Okay.
Looks like you're just trying to get me to laugh.
We'll just twist it, huh? There we go. We'll just twist it up.
He's having fun getting dressed.
In your dreams, Dad. In your dreams.
Almost. Did you take the stroller out of my car yet?
Uh-huh.
Well, your dad, we're ready. Are you hungry?
We are the world famous San Diego Zoo. Behaving like tourists. Got the best parking spot in town.
Okay, we got the kangaroo number 2.
Kangaroo 2 is where we're at. Okay.
Come on, Beach. There's anything stuff. Here's the DJ.
DJ is about as impressed by this as he was by the 4th of July parade.
Here's the DJ mobile.
Is this blanket
See
in
the
there yet?
lovely array of colors.
Truly impressed. Yes, he is. Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
He's sleeping.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Here, hold him up there.
Well, I did too, but wait a minute. I'm sorry.
No.
A drink?
Mom!
Hey, Chris, this is your ticket.
Expired 7.
And it is not.
DJ's just exploding with glee. I was never actually at the zoo.
San Diego Zoo. Thanks for waiting for us. We're off. We're going to be together for about 40 minutes on a tour that's going to show you the majority of the zoo's grounds. There are a few areas that we can't get these big double-deckers into, and we'll point those out presently for you in the event that you would like to see them before you leave the zoo grounds today. Just a few words of caution as we get underway together. Parents, you can help me, if you will. Watch your little ones. Please do not allow your children to stand on the seats. If you do, there's a good chance that they will fall off of the bus. And we'd like everybody to come back just like you're starting out. Over to the right are some beautiful flamingos, one of 6 species of this beautiful free-flying bird known to mankind. This is the Caribbean or the American flamingo. To build this realistic rainforest setting right here in the heart of the zoo. You will find Burmese pythons, Asian fishing cats, Malaysian tapirs, Indian fruit bats, Sumatran tigers, and an Asian gavial, which is a form of a crocodile, in a setting of more than 600 different types of plants. I was looking to the right to see if the tiger was in clear view. It appears to be in the lower part of the exhibit. You'll have to come back on foot if you're going to get a good look, and take your time, of course. There are four in Africa around the equator. They're called pygmy hippos. They're from an area called Liberia, which was given its name by a group of people in the 1850s who sent some slaves from America back to Africa and gave them a colony, and they called it Liberia, or Liberty. And they named the capital after James Monroe, or they called it Monrovia. Now let's go on down here just a little bit farther. Up to the right, we are working on a new area. So he walks right over with no cognitive ability and gets right on the nest and takes over. Just inside the screen is a fawn born this past spring. The mother is back to the left. These are pampas deer. They're from Argentina. The creatures in the back that are rodents are called cavy or mara. And there is a stork. This is our South American, or our pampas display. Over to the left along the wall are some bongos, mountain antelope from Kenya, Western Africa. Bongos eat many types of grains and plants. They're herbivorous. One of the plants that they eat causes it ultimately to die because the plant itself goes through a life cycle in 7 years. Most active they in their environment, naturally so. They're cool. Just hopped out of the water. They are very adept on land. Seals are very slow. Sea lions have a lot of mobility out of the water. Seals seemingly take forever to get from one point to the next. Thus, it is the sea lion that does all the stunts and tricks in your seal show. Next, you can do as you please, but if you want some free advice and you plan on spending the greater part of the day here, if you want to see the cats up close, that is the jaguars and leopards, we passed the leopard cages already. They're hiding in the shadows. Come back and get up on this pathway a little bit later to the right, and you'll see a jaguar and the leopards. They come down the front because in about 3 hours, roughly, actually about 4 hours, about 6:30 this evening, this area will be just draped in shadows. Over on the left, there's some cages. There's an animal down in the right front corner. That is a civet, an African civet, which is a cousin to the possum. There is a cat just beyond these visitors to the left, and that is a serval from East Africa. Servals have the longest legs of any member of the cat family. Look again to the left. There is a cat in that tub where those plants are, and that is a Western Arabian wildcat. The Arabian wildcat is the ancestor of all domesticated cats. There are some cats in the cave-like structure up in the back. You might be able to see part of them. Those are snow leopards. They're from the Himalayas, living about 18 to 20,000 feet above sea level. Inch-long tongue. It can wash out its own ears with its tongue. It's a close relative to the giraffe. It's from Kenya. We didn't know prior to 1900 that this animal even existed. Over on the left, there are some birds standing and lying down. Those are called paradise cranes. They're from southwestern Africa. In the distance, there are some gray antelope sitting in the shade of that tree. Those would be called wildebeest or nude. And back to the left are some impala from Kenya. Remarkable long jumpers, able to jump, and it said 35 to 40 feet in a running long jump with little effort of any. Over to the right are some lowland ayalas. Right, this is a Baringo or a Rothschild's giraffe. This is a female. Her name is Checkers. She has given birth to a mini giraffe right here in our zoo enclosure. Her mate was put to sleep, or put down as we would call it. this last spring. He had a terrible problem with arthritic legs. His name was Topper. He was a few inches shy of being 20 feet high. Freckles, or Checkers rather, is about 17 to 18 feet high. The record for a giraffe is 24 feet high. Giraffe are afraid to step down much more than about a foot, so to keep them in, all we had to do was to elevate the floor of the exhibit, put in the retaining wall. We've never had one step out yet. They have a heart that's about as long as your forearm. Their blood pressure is 240 over 160. Their neck is longer than most of you and I are tall. However, it still has the same amount of vertebrae in it, 7 neck or 7 cervical vertebrae. If you get too close, they'll kick you to protect themselves. If that doesn't do the job, then they will attempt to strike you with those horns located on top of their head.
That's very friendly.
Wonderful.
On the right again are some creatures that are called moor, M-H-O-R-R, and these animals are extinct in the wild, formerly found in Morocco. On the left are Saharan Dorcas gazelle. Sahara is Arabic in origin and it means desert. Dorcas is Greek and it means gazelle. So a Saharan Dorcas gazelle literally means a desert gazelle. On the left are Baisha oryx from Ethiopia and Kenya. Little one, male, born last fall. Already has begun the set of horns. On the right, against the back in the shadows, are kudu from South Africa, the second largest species of the antelope family. All body up into fragments or sections, which disrupts the predator's vision. These are Damara zebra. If you look around the tail, you can see that they've got 3 stripes, a black, a tan, and a brown. Most zebras have only 2 stripes. Deer on the right, come upon those in a moment. Let's look to the left. These are forest buffalo from Central and Western Africa. In the deer stage. Over on the right, against the back wall, there are some creatures that are called lesser Kirksticknicks. Those are one of the smaller is the Shabalskis, or the Mongolian wild horse, the one and only truly wild horse remaining in the world today. These animals, to our knowledge, have never been domesticated for man's use. You'll see some wallaroos. Those are marsupials from Australia. Wallaroos. Okay, come on down now to Sunbear Forest and ultimately to Bear Canyon. Up to the left, you'll see a child on that platform. Look beneath his feet and way up in the back. On top of that nest-like structure, there is a tall gray bird. That is an eagle found in Mexico, along the borders of Arizona and Mexico, and down into Mexico to point south into Central and South America. If you look to the left, again up onto this wooden platform, look up in the back, in the center area, on top of a cage-like structure, there is an Andean condor. They're from the Andes of South America. These particular birds court or date, if you will, one another at elevations of 16 to 18,000 feet. And other eagles and other owls are And yet, these primates native to southern India are now beginning to exhibit wild behavior. 1 or more males and about a dozen females are developing a tight social structure, or a farm, if you will. And eventually, we are going to set them free. You can see that one female, the smaller one, the bear, the male, castor. Be patient with your cameras and you'll probably get what I would consider an average or a decent shot of a polar bear. This guy, Castor, come on over here and sit up for us, will you? Show us your big furry chest. Come on. Attaboy. Hey, Castor, up here. Can you catch this cracker? Can you look up here? You gotta, no, I haven't thrown it yet. Look up here. You ready? Come on. catch it. Has good eyes, a good sense of smell, and moderate to poor hearing, as is evidenced by those small outer ears. He weighed about 15 ounces when he was born. Castor, can you wash your face? Can you wash your face? I don't think you can see me. Let me stand up. Can you wash your face, Castor? No. Can you put your paws under your chin? Yeah, I can do that too. Yeah. Weighed less than a pound, now weighs more than 1,000 times that when he was born. He now weighs about a half a ton. Can you catch it? Come on. Watch it. Come on. He's very fast on land. He can catch reindeer and musk oxen. He's not real fast in the water, but he has a lot of endurance, often found miles out to sea on the open ocean in the water in search of food. He is, in fact, considered a true aquatic or a true marine mammal. We've had several polar. Up in the back is his sister, Sheena. These bears were brought in by the Alaskan Fish and Game Service about 3 years ago. This is the largest species of the bear. Spanky in the water is getting a drink right now. He is sipping the water off of his paw in lieu of putting his mouth in the water. Spanky, can you give me a wave with your right paw? How about the left? Can you wave with the left? And you can do that too. The right one more time. That way. Can you catch the cracker? Notice how we do. No bears in Antarctica, Australia, or Africa. Okay, we're going to go up to the upper level. Take a look at the elephants and the rhinos, and then we're going to let you go. Now the keeper is talking about the African elephant.
Now, Red's going to put her back in line. And let me tell you the other elephants. Did you like that, Suey? Wait, we have to like see a 5 elephant parade. That's what he's going to get her ready for. Let me tell you who the other girls are from left to right.
Let's just stay here and watch just for a second.
Maya is 25, Tim is 25, Maya's 50, and Tembo's 20. Let's not forget Guy and Red, the keepers. They're like in the early 20s. I had talked with him. I said, wow.
The elephant closest to us with the tusks, which are visible in the large ears, is an African female. The others are all Sumatran. Elephants have a 4-section stomach. You can put away a lot of food. Some people say between 600 and 1,000 pounds of food in a day. They are intelligent, and they are trained, and they each have their own 50% of them. And at that rate, they'll be gone in about the next decade in the wild if we don't stop killing the elephants for their ivory. Some people say they have a big memory. That's open to debate. Basically, all they do is eat and sleep. What is it they have to remember? Not a whole lot. They have a 23-month-long predator with a red blouse and a white visor on. Look just beyond her, about 10 feet beyond her at head level, you'll see a gray koala. Koala in Latin means leather-pouched bear. In Aborigine it means I take no drink. They have 2 thumbs and 3 fingers on each hand. That added thumb gives them a tremendous grip to exist and to live in the trees of Australia. We're going to work our way down to the unloading dock now. Take a moment, look around your seat, and make sure that you have all your valuables, your lens hoods, your camera articles, your strollers, which are on the right-hand side of the engine on the lower deck of the bus. Let's take a moment now and review for you those areas that you've not seen from the bus. Straight ahead down this road.
Concluded our bus tour, and PJ enjoyed it for the most part.
Here.
Crocodile. Yeah.
See him?
Is it big?
I don't know, is that big?
Oh.
Those teeth gonna get you?
Oh, I see him up on top. Is that him on
He's
top?
just sitting right there.
Right there. Is that a statue?
No, that's a real crocodile.
They show you. How moving? See any turtles?
He's sleeping.
No. That's his eye. Oh, water. You want to see that, Connie? Oh.
On the front of the mouth. You see them slide in there?
There's a couple more.
Oh yeah, they're down in the water. Didn't you see them?
Yeah.
And there's another one back there.
Oh, this one's there. Yeah, that's amazing.
With a fishing cat car. Fishing cats.
Smells like a skunk. You see him, John? Oh.
Yeah, the animals are all taking the afternoon off. Too hot. Continue our tour of Southern California's fabulous theme parks for DJ to sleep through.
It's gonna spread.
On and on.
Kind of a unique view of San Diego from here. Fabulous parking lot with the buses. We're at Seaworld. There's Presidio out in the distance. See the stop of the sports arena over there.
As we have a plane coming in.
They're walking off without me. And they've got the tickets, so I better get moving. DJ seems to be streaming here today.
Okay, first let's go get you a dog.
Because we've never seen the back of the Channel Shell.
They must be the fattest. Why do they have barred tails? Trying to feed them somewhere. They're hungry enough, and they're obviously not very hungry.
Probably the best fed eels in the world.
Some horses are in there.
Eels each weigh about 600 pounds at the end of the day.
Look at that squid they're trying to feed money.
Grab one.
We are in the rain at Seaworld.
Yeah, last time we came here was
Last time we came here, it rained too. We come here twice in 5 years and it rains all the time.
except that this is nice rain. This is Rainbow Station.
It's cold anyhow.
Look at that big guy. Look how huge they are.
Oh, look at that.
Where? Let me see.
Or maybe it's a reflection. Well, we have to wait till I'll stay here and I'll just. How did they get them in?
I'm sure they said give it a thing. That's either the eels. How is an eel different from a snake?
Yo ho, yo ho, yo ho, yo ho, yo ho.
Have a listen to our tale. That's amusing, we can't fail. Come and join the fun, it's just begun. The pirates will soon set sail.
Yo ho, yo ho, yo ho. true.
That's right.
And they're looking for a crew.
Quite. By the time they're done, they'll take anyone.
Even Clyde and Seymour too.
An
With the crew gone, the captain and Mr. Seymour were left with only the bilge rats for company, and Captain Squid with a sad tale to tell.
Well, Seymour, here we are, the last crew on board the once-feared HMS Pinniped. What?
Mine, gold, treasure, jewels. I'll be rich. Ah! Money. Sailing over the mountain range.
Done. Very nice, Mr. Seymour. And now, all the way back. Outstanding, Mr. Seymour. Simply outstanding. Okay, jump. Very nice, Mr. Seymour. And now all the way up and over the bar. Okay. Jump. Okay, you big chicken. This is our last chance. Now be brave and jump. He's up like cannibal. Easy, doesn't climb. Start building up your speed. And take your rocket that cannibal all the way up and over the bar. All right. Big finish. Just like this. Ta-da!
Seymour saved the day.
Hey, everybody, it's the Pirate King!
He is the pirate king. And yes, it is the glorious thing to be a pirate king.
I can hardly believe my eyes after all this time. Now that you're here, perhaps you'd like to greet all of your loyal subjects with a great big.
He really is the pirate king.
Well, now that we found the Pirate King, our voyage is complete!
I really like the walrus show. You get a bottle during it.
Look at. Smile at Mommy. Can you smile? It's riding a bicycle.
Especially they're feeding the sharks.
Oh, no. I drank it too fast. That hurt.
What's the matter, dear?
That hurt. I need a straw.
Too many margaritas.
What are you doing in there? What are you doing? Are you gonna smile? Are you seeing Seaworld? Are you seeing Seaworld? And all the Shamu? Wanna go see Shamu? Let's go see Shamu. Wanna go see Shamu? Yeah? You wanna see Shamu?
We actually captured him smiling on videotape. It cost us $100 to get into Seaworld today to do it.
No, it didn't. Almost.
It's gonna cost us. By the time we get out of here, it's gonna run us that much.
This is our vacation.
That's right. So spending a day at Seaworld, the only question we really have left is, are there any Japanese left in Japan?
Thank you.